Welcome to a video tutorial which aims to briefly describe a few of the features of the TSX transcription platform and show you how to transcribe a manuscript and encode your transcript. This process may be very familiar to those who have contributed to Transcribe Bentham. Even if you do not wish to use the handwritten text recognition technology which TSX incorporates and is described in our other two video tutorials, you can still take advantage of a number of other useful features offered by the interface. For instance, the manuscript's images have been automatically segmented into lines, so you can see what you need to transcribe for each individual line in the transcription area. And as you move through each line, you can see which text you are asked to transcribe. This segmentation also means that there is no need for TSX users to add text encoding for line breaks or page breaks, as this is done automatically. Another major advantage of TSX, as you will see, is that you can easily distinguish between your transcribed text, which is coloured black, and the text encoding, which is largely coloured in green, as well as in red and blue. Users who are more confident with text encoding may choose to type their tags rather than use the transcription toolbar, located here above the transcription area, but for the purpose of this tutorial we will use the toolbar. So for the purposes of this example, we will work through the first few lines of this manuscript. If we click on line 1 to begin, you can see that the number 2 at the top of the manuscript has been highlighted, and this is what you have to transcribe into the line. So we enter the word 2. This should be encoded as a paragraph, so highlight the text and press the paragraph button on the toolbar to apply the tags. To move to the next line, either press return or the down arrow on your keyboard, or click on the next line with your mouse and you'll move on. Line 2 is an example of how some lines may have been imperfectly segmented or may be out of order. As you can see, by clicking on line 2 it highlights a small rectangle around part of the word to be transcribed, as opposed to a polygon, which you can see here in this heading. Please only transcribe the highlighted line, and if a piece of text has not been identified and highlighted in the image, please use the Use a Comment button located here on the toolbar to leave us a note about the problem, and we will correct this later on. This issue with segmentation is caused by the HTR technology incorrectly identifying individual lines. It has particular trouble with text written in pencil. We apologise for any inconvenience which this may cause, and future versions of TSX should, we hope, allow you to identify words and lines and reorder them should you need to. So lines 2 and 3 contain a marginal note, so let's transcribe them. Line 2 is the word preliminary, and line 3 is the word observations. These should be encoded with the marginal note tag. You can either add a marginal note tag. You should add a marginal note tag by highlighting and clicking the button. As you can see, when a tag is added over more than one line, occasionally the numbers and the green dots here will be indented. This has no effect upon how your saved transcript will look. It's a small bug which we hope to iron out in due course. Just to show you that it doesn't have any effect on your transcript, simply click the preview button and you can see how your saved transcript will look with the marginal note surrounded by this box. Click the Edit tab to return to your transcription. Line 4 is a heading which reads Panopticon Bill, which we will transcribe and then highlight and apply the heading tag. And there we are. Lines 5 and 6 are part of the text proper and should be encoded as a paragraph, and indeed all text apart from headings and marginal notes should be contained within paragraph tags. Line 5, as you can see highlighted in the image, is a mark which should be transcribed as 2 vertical lines, as so. And line 6 reads and precision. And again, these should be encoded as a paragraph. And again, we have that small indentation bug, but again, if you click preview, you can see that it has no effect upon your transcript. It's a separate paragraph has been generated. Line 7 is the first of a new paragraph, which I will start to transcribe. So here the case is that of the. Now, you may run into unclear words which you can't decipher for a number of reasons. In these cases, you should use the unclear word tag to add for each individual word you think is there. So if you think there are 3 unclear words, you should use 3 of these tags, and there do appear to be 3 here, so we'll add 3 of those. Now, the reason we can't decipher these is because of a deletion, so we will also add the deletion tags to indicate the problem. The end of this line also contains a hyphenated word. As you can see, undertaking begins here and ends here on a subsequent line. In these cases, please complete the word on the line which it begins without any hyphenation. So undertaking is completed there. Line 8 highlights the accompanying vertical lines to here to indicate this is where it falls on. As again, it's slightly out of order, but as I mentioned earlier, future versions of TSX should allow you to reorder the lines, but we'll transcribe the 2 double lines here. So I'll just continue transcribing these lines just to show you the process. So as undertaking has been hyphenated and completed on an earlier line, we begin with the word to on line 9. Now, consequence here at the end of this line is hyphenated, so again we will complete that upon this line. See, otherwise is the giving less than is, again, sufficient is hyphenated, so we will complete that on this line. Now, line 16, as you can see, is an interlineation. So this word, specific, as we will transcribe it, should have addition tags added to it to indicate that it's an interlineation. So we will click the button there. And finally, just for the sake of this example, I'll just transcribe this final line. So enumerations, which are already superseded. Now, since this is a paragraph, we'll add the paragraph tag around it, and there we go. So, for the sake of this tutorial, we'll just assume that this is the end of the paragraph and the manuscript. You should click Save for the final time to save your transcript, and then on the Submit Transcript button to send it to us for checking, and we will receive an email alerting us to this fact. So thank you for watching this tutorial, which we hope you found useful. If you have any further questions or feedback, please do write to us at transcribe.bentham@ucl.ac.uk, and we hope you enjoy using TSX. Thank you very much for your attention.